Hi everybody, welcome back to dubventures. Now if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button because we'd really appreciate it. Now today's video, we're going to be fitting van insulation in the van. Now I'm going to tell you a quick story how this has came about. Now recently we had our leisure battery fitted by a professional company, really happy with it and everything. And whilst we was sort of like discussing like afterwards when it got fitted and everything, we got onto the conversation of insulation on the van. Now the company actually told us, said, oh, you know, your van isn't insulated, you know, why would you fit a rock and roll bed, you know, do all the carpet lining and so on if you don't have the van insulated? And we turned around and said, the van is insulated. And they said, no it isn't. Cut a long story short, we had a look, the van's not insulated. Now, a couple of years ago when we got the van, before we had the YouTube channel, we knew that we wanted to get things done like a rock and roll bed. We wanted to get like all the, you know, like all things like this done, you know, the carpet lined and everything. But before we did that, we said, look, it's better to get the van insulated so that we don't have to go back into it. We took it to a company, they insulated the van. Well, 2 years later, we found out they didn't actually do it. Now, when we actually had a look behind the panel, there's no insulation, so to be shocked is an understatement. So, but we're not going to go into all that. I did try and contact the company, and needless to say, they don't trade anymore. So, anyway, getting back to now, we don't have van insulation. We've only just found out, so it's something that I'm going to do myself. Now, I've not done anything like this before, so it's going to be a job that I'm going to do myself. Now, there's a company called the Sound Deadening Shop, and we've been in contact with them, and we spoke to them, and they've agreed to sponsor part of this video, so a big shout out to them. Now, they're actually sending us some products tomorrow that we are going to actually use to actually insulate the van with. Now, there's a 3-stage process that we're going to do it. Now, like I said, I'm not a professional. This is something that I'm doing as a DIY job, so anything that I do that might not be correct, you know, I'm doing this myself, so it's not a tutorial as such. I'm doing it myself, but obviously we're going to document it and show you what it is that we're doing. Now, the first thing that we need to do is, because the actual insulation and all the products, they're actually arriving tomorrow. Now, today, I've actually got a bit of free time, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take all the panels off myself on the sides, along here and everything, all this one, and basically I'm going to get the panels off so that when it does arrive tomorrow, that gives us access tomorrow that I can get on with it rather than do it all in one go. Now, we're going to encounter a slight issue while we're doing it, because the rock and roll bed is fitted and it's obviously permanently fitted into the van. Now, there's no way that I'm going to try and attempt to unbolt this from the frame of the van and everything and get it out to actually get to like all the bits. Now, for example, I've got to get the panel off that comes along here and so on. But the bed's in the way, and like I said, we're not going to be taking the bed out to do it, so there is going to be parts of it I'm going to struggle. I'm going to have to like get my hands in there and screw the screws out that are holding the panels in and so on. So, right, I'm going to start taking the panels off, so let's get on with it. Right, as you can see, we've removed our pod. It's normally a pod that just like clips in, so we've removed that. And what I've done here, you can just see the screws on the panels. One there, one there. There's one, oh, it's a bit dark, there's one there, one there. Basically, it's got screws all the way around it, so I'm just going to work my way along, start unscrewing them. First of all, what I need to do is, I'll just turn this on so you can see. We've just got some like fancy little lights that I've temporarily fixed in, but obviously when the insulation is done, I'm going to like fit these properly, so I just need to clip all them out. Right, so I've decided I'm going to take this back quarter panel off first. We've got this screw here, I've got that one undone. Now the thing is, like I said, there's not a lot of room here because obviously the bed's here. Got one of the screws here, so just gonna obviously get that undone there. So, and then if you see, you can just about see the screws coming out there. So I'm going to work my way around this panel and then see if we can get the first one off. Right, I've worked my way around now, sort of like nearly got the panels off. I just need to go around the back because like I say, the rock and roll bed is in the way. I need to go around the back, open the boot, and then get to like the lower screws there. Whilst I'm in the van, I'm just taking this panel off. So like we've got screw there, screw there. Now the thing is, obviously these panels have been screwed in because they've been carpeted. They've actually been screwed in. They don't actually have the proper clips that should be with them. So I'm having to go around and find the screws. Now, if you look at this one here, I can tell that it's connected on there. And what I've had to do is I've had to rip the carpet open a bit, just so you can just about see the screw there. So it's not really a simple thing to do this, because I don't know how I didn't carpet the van, so I don't know how they've done it, but the carpet is on top of the screw, so I'm having to like tear the carpet a little bit, which is fine because I can get some spare carpet and I can just like, you know, cover over little bits and everything, so I'm not worried about that. So yeah, like I said, this was all covered over, so I've had to like make a little hole there to get to that screw, so I'm now gonna undo that one to get the side panel off. Right, same again on this side. What I've had to do is I've had to tear like a little hole because the screw was hidden behind there, so I've had to tear like a little hole just to try and get to that screw. So not easy this. The weather doesn't help either. It's absolutely shocking it down, so it's really difficult for me to open and close the door and things because I keep getting wet, but it needs to be done. Right, we've got the first panel off. I'll just show it you now. It was a bit of a mess about to get it off, and as you can see, clear as anything, no denying it, there's no insulation in there. I think I'm gonna have to do is I think I'm gonna have to put the rock and roll bed in the bed position to get this bit out, because obviously the headrest and all the bed here is in the way for me to try and get behind it. So I think I've got all the screws on that side, so I'm going to put the bed in the bed position and see if we can get that off. Right, managed to get this panel off. What I need to do in a minute is obviously I need to slide it out, get it outside, and then obviously I'll take it in the house so it's out the way. I don't want it obviously staying in the van in case I damage it. But here's a strange one for you. So I've took the panel off, and so here's the panel that's on there. Take that off, and then if you look behind there, it's carpeted behind there, which is really odd. I don't know why that's carpeted on the inside. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna get this panel inside the house, and then hopefully it's not glued down, because I think if that's glued to there, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to get it off, because I'm going to have to clean all behind there and everything. But yeah, I'm going to get this panel inside, and then I'm going to have to cut that and see what's behind that. So mysterious. Right, let's cut this and see what's going on behind here, because you can see it, it's like it's moving a bit, and it's all flexing there. So right, I'm gonna cut it and go from there. Well, I can tell you, underneath it's not insulated, and it's had a lot of glue obviously sprayed on there, so the carpeting is obviously being done to stick on that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all the way around it, cut underneath it, and then obviously have a look underneath and obviously see what's going on. Right, what I've done is I've cut away some of the carpet, and I will just quickly show you. So you can clearly see it's not insulated, but the carpet was obviously stuck to that. If I just show you in here, because again that was on there, I've just cut that across there. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to cut it all off, because it's a continuous seam this that's been done, you know, to do like all the pillars and everything. So when it's been carpeted, I think what they've done is just to make it easy for themselves, rather than cut bits out to do it. They've just carpeted the whole lot. What I'm going to do when the insulation arrives tomorrow, because that's ready now for me to put the insulation and things in, but when it arrives tomorrow, I think what I'm going to do is, when it's all in and the insulation's done, before I put the panel back on, I'm just going to fold that back over on top and just like leave that there. It's extra insulation at the end of the day if I just put that on top, and it's not going to cause a problem. So, but yeah, never seen that done before. So right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this panel off. I dare say that it's going to be the same underneath there, that's going to be carpeted underneath there as well. So let's crack on. Right, so I've got that panel off now. It's exactly the same as the other side where it's been carpeted on that side. So just gonna have to do the same thing again, where I just basically cut around it, ready for the insulation to go in tomorrow. So right, gonna get that panel out now. Right, I've also took all like the tailgate lining off as well, and clearly that's gonna need some insulation in there as well. Yeah, so I've just cut around this panel here, and it's definitely been glued onto there. So, but yeah, I'm not going to cut it completely off, because like I said, it is all one continuous seam. It's been carpeted as one, so just gonna obviously get it prepared for when the insulation arrives tomorrow. So just gonna cut this piece now. Right, that's gonna give us plenty of access to get the insulation in now. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I need to put the rock and roll bed back in the seated position, because that's the last panel that I need to get off, and it's the biggest panel, so that's why I've left it till last. So let's do that. Right, what I've done, I've got that panel off now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to actually leave this one in the van, because the reason being is, obviously it's got the electrics connected to it. Now there's enough flex and there's enough sort of like movement that I can actually just put that panel there. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to start undoing electrical things, because I don't know what them wires are or anything. Now I know it's probably simple to a lot of you guys looking at that, but I don't want to start unclipping things and so on. So, but like I said, there's going to be enough room there, because I've got the panel off. I can just leave that panel there overnight. Now I'm just going to cut again around this to give the access to put the insulation in. So let's do that. Right, that's pretty much as I can do today. We're getting delivery from the sound deadening shop tomorrow of all the parts that we need, if you like. I've just actually been on the phone to them, because something that I've noticed is, if you obviously look under there, under the panels, as you can see, we've got all this adhesive that's obviously been used for why they stuck the carpet onto the panels. Now, I just had like a little thought, and I was a bit concerned that would the actual products stick to that, because you know it might have to be a smooth surface and everything. So anyway, I've spoke to them, and basically what they've told me is if I heat these the sound deadening sheets up a little bit, it should stick. And he said as long as it's smooth, it should be okay. So but we'll see tomorrow. We'll see how warm it is and everything. So right, so oh, I hate seeing the van like this. I hate it. Oh, anybody that has a van as a pride and joy, they'll know that, you know, seeing it in a state like this is, oh, I don't like it. So I want to get on and get it done. I've just had a quick look at the ceiling. Now, I'm not going to do the roof, do the insulation of the roof until I've done all the sides and I've put it all back together, because I'd rather have that done and then deal with that, because I just don't want loads of things off the van and everything. Like I said, I don't like it. So, right, we'll catch up with you tomorrow when we get the delivery of the goodies. So, we'll see you then. What is it, Thor? What is it? Have we got a delivery? Got a delivery. Right, guys, it's the day after. Got my work top on, so anybody that's thinking he's got the same top off from yesterday, that's why. Right, we've had the delivery now from the deadening shop. Now, thing is, it's quite late. It's just gone 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Our delivery was a later one, nothing I can do about that. So it's going to be dark soon, so just going to get straight on with it and start putting these on. Now, when I got these like you can sort of like see, obviously they bend and things. Try and show you. Yeah, you know, they bend and fold into shape. Now, when they came out the box, they were really cold and quite stiff. But like I said, it is advised that you do actually heat them up if it's cold. Now it is cold because it's winter at the moment, so I've heated them up. I've basically got a hairdryer on them, and it's quite surprising. They go quite sort of like soft and, you know, easy to like bend and everything just by putting a bit of heat on. So I'm going to get straight onto it. I'm going to put the first couple on there, and then I'll show you what it's like when they go on, and then I'm actually going to show you when I get a couple on how I'm doing it. So let's crack on. Right, I'll actually show you on the next one how you do it. You just peel the backing off. We've just got that stuck on there, but straight away I'm just going to show you something here. If you listen to that, and then there's a big difference in the sound. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get all of this done. What we need to do, obviously we need to cut like strips here to obviously get everything you know, sort of like sound deadened as much as possible. So I'm going to get all this area done, so let's get on with it. So yeah, just basically all you do, get that, peel that off, and then simply get it as close to the edges as you can. Right guys, we're getting there. We've done that. I've just started on this side. Just again want to show you, if this one hasn't got any of the sound deadening on, if you listen to this, big difference. So let's carry on. Right, what I'm going to do now, because it is getting quite dark, and I want to get this side sort of like done first. I was getting a bit excited and sort of like working my way along, you know, getting all them in. What I think I'm going to do now is just actually get this one panel, you know, completed. So what I'm going to do now is, I mean, I filled like little gaps in there and stuff. Like I said, it's a soundproofing, so it doesn't have to be a beautiful exact job. Now, what I've just noticed here is we're going to now put like the next layer on top of this. But if you look here, when we put the next layer on top, there's a bit of like a void here that's got holes in here. Now, when I put the next layer on, the insulation is going to go on top of that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get some insulation and just stick it in there before we put the next layer on. So I'm just going to do that. Right, so that's the actual next layer that's going on. But like I said, this is the actual insulation that's on a roll. I'm going to stuff some of that into there. And then what we're going to do is going to measure this out and cut some of this. And then that just goes over all of that. And this is the actual, this is the 10mm, this is what's going to go on top, but I'll show you that when we get to that bit. we've sort of like patched this side up a little bit. There's little bits where you've got to like, there for example, you've just got to like splice little bits in. Right, we've now got, this is the thicker part of the insulation. So what we're going to do now is going to put that, fill all the bits in there and everything, get that in, and then we're going to put the thinner one on top of there. And what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to put some spray adhesive on there to hold that on. So let's get that done. Right guys, we've got the insulation on now. I just sprayed a little bit of adhesive just to keep the thinner insulation stuck on there. We've got that packed out. So what I'm going to do now is, because it was already carpeted, I'm just going to roll that over before I put the panel back on. Put that back up there just to give it a bit more insulation, because it was already on there and there's no need to take it off. So all right, let's do that. That's it, the panel's on. So that's that side now insulated. What I'm going to do now is carry on with this. It's getting quite late now, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a bit more of the soundproofing on these panels here, put the actual like the foam insulator on, and then just call it a night, I think. So let's get that bit done.
I've just come out of the house to check on Tom. Doing a good job there.
We're getting there. It's so cold, it's unbelievable. But at least I've got that one done now. That's all done, screwed in, done. I'm just working my way along now. It's easy to do, it's just very time consuming. And this is why good teamwork's involved, because Brooke's just come out and just said my tea's nearly ready, so that's absolutely fantastic and I appreciate that. So I'll carry on doing what I can. Right guys, we've got the panels put back on that side, so right, just gonna get a bite to eat. And then it's time to carry on with that side. Right, that's that side done. Let's get the panel on. Oh, we're getting there guys. I've got this panel on now and I've just sound dead in, put the foam insulation over it, and I've just put that in now. So I'm gonna get that panel on, and then I don't know whether to do because we've still got, just have a look down there. Still got that to do, and then obviously we've got the roof that we're going to do as well, but it's getting quite late now. It's nearly 10 o'clock at night. I think if that panel goes on easy enough, then I think I might just do the boot and then that's it for the night. So let's crack on. Hi guys, it's the day after. Me and Brooke last night, we just got everything done. We didn't finish till around about 12 o'clock last night, but because we were so close, we thought, you know, let's just get everything done. I spent the rest of today just giving the van a quick tidy and everything. After we got the boot done, I had a quick look at the roof lining, and this was like really easy to come off. It just like had clips in it, so it clipped off. And we just got the soundproofing and everything, the insulation, the foam insulation, everything. We just put that up there. So we just whizzed through it as quick as we could last night, and we managed to actually get it finished. So now, like I said, just been tidying the van up a bit. So it just feels good to actually have everything back together, all the panels back on and everything. Yeah, so we've got all the panels back on now. We just, like I said, wanted to get it finished last night, you know, and we've managed to get it done. Now we're actually going on a camping trip, and it's around about 3 weeks from now. So we're going to do a video about obviously the camping trip, where we go and do a review of the campsite, and also obviously let you guys know, you know, do we actually feel a difference? Now I'm not just going to say this, like I said, it is the day after. It's absolutely chucking it down outside. It's later on in the afternoon, it's 5:30. It is cold outside, but do you know what? It doesn't feel, I'm sat here in a t-shirt and it does not feel cold in here at all. You know, so I think, you know, it's going to make a big difference, especially when we go on a camping trip. Big shout out to all the guys at the deadening shop. I'm going to put a link in the description below if you want any of the items like the sound deadener, the insulation, you know, the plastic roll foam stuff that, you know, if you want to put in your panels. All the details are on their website about what you need for your van and what job, you know, that you want to do with it. Now, I'm going to leave, like I said, the link to the sound deadening shop in the description below. If you have any questions or anything about van insulation, give them a call, because that's what I did. Because there were certain things I wasn't certain about, and you know, they like talk to me about it and everything. Really good guys. Big thank you for them for sponsoring part of this video. Really appreciate that, and I do highly recommend them. It is easy to do, but it's very time consuming. Obviously taking all the panels off, getting everything prepared, getting everything put on and everything, you know, you do need, well, it took me a couple of days to do it. So, but I'm an amateur. I mean, I've never done anything like that before. I've never took any panels off inside a camper van before or anything. So, you know, for me, it was, I was learning as I went along and everything. So, but yeah, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So, well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like I said, it's not a tutorial. The video wasn't about how to do it. It's the fact that for the shocking reason, as we found out, as explained at the beginning of the video, we didn't have any van insulation, and we thought we did because we, you know, supposed to have had it done. But anyway, I'm not going to go into all that. So, like I said, I do hope you've enjoyed today's video, and it's been helpful and informative for some of you guys watching. If you are new to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button just down there. And to all our other subscribers, we really appreciate every single one of your subscriptions. So, right guys, until the next video, bye for now.